Nick, IA has been a topic of conversation here for the last couple of days. What's going on these days?
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. I mean, it's been a huge topic of conversation here, and that's really because we're seeing such huge growth in the uses of AI, the processing power, and basically the use cases are increasing exponentially. And what we're really starting to see is that it's making an impact in the kind of industries we work in now, much more than it was before. Even since we last spoke 5 months ago, we've seen some quite significant changes, and it's a really exciting time. So I was really pleased to see the enthusiasm for learning more about that technology over the last couple of days.
Well, in your session, what I found fascinating was you asked people, who's used ChatGPT, you asked them who used Claude, and I don't know, it was a large proportion of the room, which I thought was surprising.
Yeah, and I spoke to a number of those people afterwards, and even in their personal lives, they're starting to use these agents to actually either do vibe coding or actually to almost run their lives and do activities to save them having to do it. One gentleman even mentioned how his partner had been using it with her job and had actually freed up a lot of time to do other things. So people are actually learning about these things and teach themselves to use it on their own time, and actually they're becoming widespread. And I think more so even than I'm seeing it in our industries.
Where does this all play into IA2IA?
Yeah, so obviously our IA2IA philosophy, industrial automation to industrial autonomy, is all about how we can use artificial intelligence to improve those key processes in industry. And it's not necessarily about removing people or saving costs through eliminating activities that are done by individuals. And that's really where we've seen the impact from large language modules. So seeing like a lot of impact in professional services, in IT, etc. But what we're starting to see now is the use of these type of models in our industry, particularly in the design space. So, for example, in creating design documents, having a local large language models installed on our customers' premises where they actually can use those to interrogate their own historical design documents to assemble new design documents for plant upgrades or new plants, and also using those to create design documents and drawings, so automatically creating P&IDs. So you short circuit the creation process. It still needs a review, but it means you don't need somebody to spend the time to actually create that document or that drawing. The AI can help you create that document almost instantly, and then you have something to review. So you can do more reviews, and you can shorten your stage gates. There's a whole host of impacts on the design process, even to the point where you can use AI tools to read RFPs that you get if you're an EPC, and you can respond to those using your own documentation. It'll tell you if you're able to actually make a good response. All these types of use cases are starting to appear, and they're being taken up really, really quickly and in a widespread manner.
And then looking at what you're doing with robotics and vision models and interrogating the videos.
Yeah, so we're seeing computer vision being impacted by this. So robots being able to actually interpret much more complex images, which they typically struggled with. So we see in our robotics work the use of AI to interpret different types of dials much more effectively and more reliably, which is always typically hard to interpret for AI models, so that the robots can actually not just look at a dial, put it on a camera so that an operator can then look at it. It can actually read the dial and actually enter that data into a digital twin model, for example, so the operator can see that updated in almost real time. It can also look at things like fire extinguishers, and they can not just tell you that the fire extinguisher is there, but they can read the label, tell you what type it is. They can also check that it's been used, so you can then go check it if you need to. They can check the labeling, see what the date is, all that kind of thing you can build in. So that's having a huge impact on the use cases for robotics, which means more people are interested in robotics, so more will take it up. The prices will come down, it'll become more widespread. So that's kind of the point of view we have.
Now, it's been a busy 2 days.
It has.
Any takeaways from the event?
Yeah, I think alongside obviously the interest in AI and its impact on our industries, which obviously is a little bit different to what you see outside in sort of professional services. I've been really pleased to see the interest in partnerships and different ways of working together. Because obviously the theme of the 2 days was collaboration for transformation, and obviously a bit of buzzwords in there. But I think what we were able to see with our customers is that they really believe in that, and we had a lot of really interesting conversations about how being open and having trust, and going beyond just having a contractual relationship and actually thinking together about what the objective are we want to achieve, what a true win-win situation is for both of us is, the outcome we all want to strive for, and it's going well beyond just words. We can see it in action now, and that was really, really good to hear and to see.
Well, as I was chatting with John earlier, and whatever number of customers you were planning, you blew that away. So
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, to have that many customers of all different industries that we work with,
and take the time to
and
come
take
here.
take the time to come and engage with us, with each other. You know, really was good to see collaboration in action there.
Hey, good stuff. Thanks a lot.
Great to see you again, Kevin.